And we're live. Yo, 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 what's going on? I'm your boy Double R, and you're tuned in to Retro Rob Television with my guest. State your name, brothers.
Kenneth Robinson.
One at a time, one at a time. What's your name?
Kafani Coleman. What's up, y'all?
And who else do we got? Yes, sir. Kenneth Robinson, Kafani Coleman. I'm glad y'all can come through. Today, we're going to talk about, well, before I do that, there's been a lot of questions about Cassidy's return back to the ring, to the battle rap ring. And before you get excited, I have no clue. But I will tell you this. Somebody like Cassidy isn't returning back to the ring, especially with this pandemic going on. Meaning, Cassidy is not doing any quarantine battles. Cassidy is a prize fighter. And I don't mean that in a literal term, but a figurative term. He's going to only show up when the crowd is available. Not meeting up with somebody else at the top of the roof and with no crowd and they just battle. That's not how he rolls. So with that being said, when the crowds can the URL, the battle crowds, or wherever he battles at, those crowds can return back to the venues, then you'll probably be hearing something cooking up about Cassidy soon. Also about Jag as well, which I will touch on in the coming weeks, in the coming months. But I want to touch on something because I was talking to my brother Kenneth today, and he gave me a very unique perspective on Cassidy and his troubles with the battle rap crowd. Kenneth personally feels that, and a lot of people personally feel that Cassidy would do a much better job in a closed room setting. Now, in the first actual battle with Disaster, if y'all can recall, him and Disaster battled on the stage. Didn't bowl so well. Then they went into the garage, and Cassidy did a hell of a lot better. So much so, some people believe that Cassidy 30 Disaster. But Kenneth, go ahead and give the people your perspective on why you feel Cassidy has trouble with the crowd, or whatever you feel is the problem.
Well, to me, the thing is that he has what you call an ego, and his ego allows him to be distracted by the crowd, in my personal opinion. And if anybody were to see, and this is just my personal view on it, like, if you were to see how he starts off with so much momentum, and when the crowd's cheering him, he's with it. Mm-hmm. But the moment they start booing it, he gets a look on his face like the crowd's not supposed to boo him. And to me, that's what messes him up. Like, that throws him over a whole lot.
So what you basically saying is that Cassidy mind is playing tricks on him because Cassidy is playing tricks on himself.
I mean, yeah, basically that's what I'm saying in a nutshell, to be honest with you. Because it's like, not everybody's gonna be feeling him due to the hate and everything else, and he shouldn't let that distract him, but it does. You know, and another thing I see is that I think that he forgets his lines a lot, you know?
Oh, we were just talking about that earlier. Explain to the people. Kafani just asked. He's like, yeah. Explain to the people.
You know how? Well, anybody that's seen this battle, you see how. I'll bring up the Goods battle as an example. You know how you see how his first round started off. He was on fire his first round. His second round, to me, it's like he forgot his lines, but being that he's been rapping for so long, I think he tries to improvise what he forgot, and it doesn't mix well. It just doesn't go well for him, in my perspective.
Okay, so improvising meaning
the way I see it.
he knows what he's about to say. And a lot of battlers do that. They know what they're about to say at the beginning, but because they forget their initial material, they'll improvise and they'll freestyle,
Yeah,
or
basically, but
they'll throw some rough draft writtens in there.
yeah, like you see, like take Surf for example. You see how he'll be crowd will film, he'll be on fire, but when he forgets his lines, he can't improvise with that. So he just cuts. He just doesn't say anything. People say he chokes, and that's it. But see, Cassidy, on the other hand, I'm guessing just because he's been doing it for so long,
Yeah,
I think he has that ability to improvise, and it just doesn't come off like how it ought to. I mean, it happens to everybody though. Like it can happen to anybody. It happens to everybody. I'm sure it has.
and it's funny you said that, and I believe that too. I was thinking that it was a situation where Cassidy at the beginning he was just like, as he was writing his stuff, he was strategically writing, and he was like, well, I'm gonna give them what they want at the beginning, and then the second and third, I'm gonna do what I came here to do, and that was the figurative language and all of that stuff. And the fans just wasn't rocking because they're like, we paid our money, and you got to realize the fans are used to hearing.
Well,
They're used to hearing they're used to hearing, and if you're not rapping in that manner in that way, then they're gonna be resentful. Go ahead, bro.
and this is the reason why people say he fell off and everything else. It's not like he's performing a song that he's recorded and he's memorized and he's written down and he's went over it time and time again. It's not that situation. And the simple fact is, he forgets. At least that's what I think. I think he forgets, and then he just like what you said, like what I said earlier. He just improvises, and it just doesn't. It doesn't jive well,
It doesn't
And
mesh right.
crowd doesn't feel that.
Let me.
So,
Go ahead, Kafani. Go ahead.
because look, here's the problem.
Look. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna use an example, like
Go ahead, bro.
take
You about
the
to
Goods
finish?
battle where yeah, I was gonna say that take that battle with Goods when he battled him on the stage as opposed to the diss song he did. You see how he had said he'll shoot his building up Fortnite, and you see how everything else it went right along, and everybody said it was hot. It was so good, Goods couldn't even respond. And that's what I think. Like I think like what he said in that whole what was it 5,002-0? I think that's what he was supposed to say on stage, but he just did it. He probably just forgot it.
Yeah,
You see how it flowed well and everything else. So
yeah, but what would
that's
you
what I said.
what would you not to cut you off, bro? What was you saying, Kafani? I want to get his perspective.
I was saying that I agree with you. I agree with you about 50%, but I also think that he's getting used to the stage. I think that's throwing him off. Like he's not used to battling in that setting. He's because in the 5002 diss track he said because he said
Hold, bro. Hold on. You said that Cassidy's not used to battling in that setting. Explain that.
Like far as the stage, like it seems like it kind of throws him off a little bit. Like with the disaster battle, like you said, like the first one, it wasn't really looking well. It wasn't really looking too good because like he's not used to all that mics and all the cords attached to you. So like it kind of throws him off.
You and
like, that's why it wasn't really looking.
you and Kenneth are basically saying the same thing. I kind of get where y'all going at. When he raps, Cassidy's not used to getting that type of reaction. He's not used to getting booed. He's not used to, and when he gets booed, I don't believe Cassidy can really believe it. Like in his mind, you're not supposed to boo me. I'm supposed. That's why he said y'all booing the hottest shit y'all ever heard. In his mind, it's like, why are y'all booing me? Like I'm Cassidy, but he don't realize that this is a different age. This is a different time. You must reinvent the wheel. Jay-Z and them did it. Like you have to recreate yourself. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, but because like in the 5002 diss track, he said that was like leftover shit. That no, he did say that he had to like some of the stuff on that track he was going to say then, but he really didn't have time to. Like he said he cut his second round a little short. Like some of that stuff.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. This is what I think. I think
because of aggravation and irritation.
I don't believe that statement right there. I just believe that Cassidy is different when you battle rapping than when you getting on wax. And I just believe he's much more comfortable on wax because he's a proven commodity on wax. In battle rap, to be honest with you, Cassidy is really not a proven commodity. Like, we knew Cassidy before all of that. We knew him battling Freeway, and to be honest with you, Freeway is just an industry rapper. He's not really a battler. That was just something that they did in the studio that was, that was kind of fun. But to be honest with you, Cassidy never really had, at least not on camera, he haven't really had any real official URL. And then you got to realize this is a different day and time. This is a different time. And whether you feel like you still got it or not, it's the modern day time. The youth, they like a certain type of style. And if you can't, like, look at Lux. Look at Lux. Lux is not rapping and dunking on people and doing all that extra stuff. He's rapping. He's spitting. Murder Mook, he's spitting.
Lux has way better. He has way better stage, he has way better stage presence than Cassidy.
That's what I'm saying. Cassidy has to get better at that, but
like charisma.
He has to get better at that, but Cassidy can't get better at that talking like he already know how to do it. He has to, Cassidy, not to humble yourself, but you have to, at least acknowledge that you ain't there yet. But in Cassidy mind, he already there, and the crowd just let Cassidy know, and everybody let Cassidy know that you're not there. Now, if Cassidy would actually did it, if he actually did what Lux is doing or do it better, then it ain't shit that nobody could say. Only thing we can do, the haters gonna have to shut up, and the people that was praising him gonna keep praising him. But that's the gift and the curse of talking shit, is that if you talk shit and you back it up, you look like a winner. Nobody can do nothing with you, but when you talking shit and you performing like that, it comes with the territory, man. It's not personal. It's just the way life is. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, he just got to reinvent, like you said, you got to reinvent the wheel because he's used to battling like on the street corners and stuff like that, and like little garages and alleyways and shit like that. But when it comes to that stage, that's like somebody they're gonna dance in circles around you. Like you gotta. It's a certain cadence, like all that charisma and his face offs and the shit he talk. Like you gotta translate that to the stage.
And I want to say this too, and I know you trying to say something, Kenneth, but I want to say this real quick too, before I forget it. Hope I won't forget it now. Cassidy also has to understand that, this is battle rap, man. Like this is battle rap. You're gonna have to either shit or piss, whatever. Not piss and come, but get off the pack. You feel me? Or get off the pack. All that excuses and all that, you're gonna have to go ahead, Kenneth.
I mean, in a nutshell, I get what y'all saying. It kind of is like stage fright in a way. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by stage fright, yeah, he's used to going out performing his songs that he's written down, but I think that when it comes to the stage, I think it's like he freezes up. And like I said, I'm guilty of that too. Like I'm pretty sure a lot of people are, And like I said, I think if he can just get over that, and he honestly listens and soaks things up, I think he really could.
You going in and out
because we all know he can rap. We all know that.
Yeah, you was going in and out a little bit, Kenneth. But
You hear me?
yeah, I heard you though. You said we all know he can rap, but he got to get out of his own way, basically.
Yeah, he just got to get out of his own ways and just get over that stage fright, because I think that's what it is. I think that's another key thing of why he keeps on, freezing up like that.
I think it's kind of stage fright, but I think Cassidy is just learning. He's learning on the job. Like he's learning as he's going.
Well, that's what he said. That's what he said in one of the interviews.
But that's not what. But Kenneth, that's not what Cassidy said before the battles. Before the battles, he's talking like he's already got everything under control.
I mean, but who? I mean, but let's be honest. Like, who hasn't? It's part of being human and all that. Like, yeah, we could be like, I know a lot of people, even me. Like, there've been times where it came down to a football game in high school, and I was confident as hell when we was doing that practice and all that. When it came down to the actual game, it's like, damn, because practice, it was just the team, the team and the coach. But when you go to the game, you got parents and a whole lot of other people, and that kind of shit too. So I can relate to that.
So you basically saying Cassidy was psyching himself up?
Yeah, I mean, but who hasn't done that before?
Yeah, you're right. Well, we just talking about the issues and breaking down why the possible reasons why he's struggling with the crowd, with the battle rap crowd.
Yeah, and like I said, that's what I think. Like I said, like I said before, the crowd messes him up. It's just like I don't even mean to keep bringing him up, but it's just like, sir, you see how when the crowd starts to go crazy, knows how he won't soak it in. He'll keep saying shut up. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. Like,
and then even more so, like in some real shit, this is Cassidy too. Like, you got to realize this is Cassidy. A lot of people, majority of that crowd, I'm mainly talking about specifically those battlers. They all came up, whether they want to admit it or not, they all came up students in the Cassidy class. You feel me? They all came up students in the Cassidy class. They can act like they didn't, but they did. But and they're coming in there because of the way Cassidy is talking. They thinking like, okay, instead of coming in here, humbling yourself, and Cassidy is looking at it like, humble myself. Like, nigga, you wouldn't even be you if it wasn't for people like me. So that's what the problem is. But the thing Cassidy got to understand is, if you gonna talk like that, then you got to walk like that. And if you talk like that and you don't walk like that, then it's to the back of the line. It's to the back of the bus.
That's that. I think that's what's needed for him. Right?
You know why? You know why Loaded Lux, Murder Mook, and all them get the respect that they get? Because they don't talk as nearly as much. Lux don't really hardly talk ever. I'm talking about as far as like talking like cash shit. They don't talk as much. But they go in there and they get the job done. Whether people feel like they did it the way that they said they was going to do it or not, for the most part, they show up and they come correct. I'm talking about Loaded Lux, Murder Mook, people like that, Aver, people like that. You can't talk shit like that and then not show up when it's crunch time, or when it's time and you fail or you didn't do as good as you thought you did. Tuck your tail in and go hide.
That's true.
So the question of whether or not Cassidy is going battle, like, I see him actually coming back, but I don't see it no time soon. Look like somewhere around 2021, mid 2021. I don't see it in 2020. Because again, with this Corona thing going on, and then Cassidy is not going to battle without an actual crowd. He's not one of these URL guys, and no disrespect to them, because I'm covering and breaking it down. He's not one of these URL guys that's just going to battle with on top of the roof with no crowd. He needs a crowd because he got to maximize off the dollar.
Right.
So look forward to maybe like beginning of 2021. Middle 2021 for Cassidy. That's if Cassidy even decides to come back to battle. But at the end of the day, don't get it fucked up. He is the energy, and he's going to continue to be the energy as long as these guys continue to do what Hitman and Calico did yesterday, going back and forth, acting like housewives, acting like that.
To me, that's a whole nother podcast. If you ask me.
Yeah. That's a whole nother one. And I know a lot of y'all received those notifications today. Me and Carlos was talking about that, but it was something going on. For those of you that was tuning in, Y'all know what was going on. I had another video playing behind that one. I didn't know Carlos informed me. But if he's down to do it again, if Carlos gonna listen, and I'm sure he will later, we could do it again. If not, we can move forward on the other things. But Cassidy, to me, his biggest issue is himself because of the aura that he basically, I ain't gonna even call it aura. You feel me? Like Cassidy, he earned his stripes. But at the end of the day, you can't rest on your morals. Like you can't just say, okay, I did what I did in early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, mid 2000s. I was that dude. And then I'm going to just the rest of the way cruise and just live off of that. Nah, you have to reinvent the wheel. You have to reinvent Cassidy 2.0 or whatever you want to call it. You can't just keep living off of your glory days. And that's what I feel like. Even when Cassidy do poorly, his fanboys or his supporters, they continue to talk about the counter what he's doing poorly with what he did in the past. That has nothing to do. We glorify Cassidy. We still glorify Cassidy for what he did in the past. But what are you going to do now? That's the question. And that's what I say. Is Cassidy he's going to allow people to say, oh, yeah, he is delusional. Oh, he is this. And he's going to continue to get in his own way, trying to be stubborn? Or is Cassidy going to step up to the plate? Is he going to step up to the plate and be like, you know what? I'm about to prove everybody wrong. Not even just proving everybody wrong, but prove to yourself that, yeah, I'm still that dude. I'm still that dude. Anything y'all want to say? King Tylee, salute. What's up with you? Go ahead,
we cover good ground here.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's switch gears. Let's switch gears real quick. We were just talking about this earlier, and the people that's in the chat. King Tylee, 1985, salute. McQuill Porter, salute. 666 Black 666, salute. Cassidy ain't battling anytime soon. Hey, I'm with you, brother. McQuill Porter, what's up, Double R? King Tylee, what's up, Double R? What's up with y'all, man? King Tylee, I think Cassidy still got it in him. He's just stubborn. Yeah, pretty much. Hey, Kenneth, I think you might want to say something on that. I'm feeling it.
No. I mean, like I said, yeah, he still got it, but it's not what you said earlier. See, to me, a lot of the fan base or whatever, I think it came off of credibility. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like you said, it's glory days and all that came off of credibility, and that's like I said, it was a gift and a curse because it was a gift because people came and they were cheering for him and all that. But now the curse part is that you're not doing like what you were doing back then, and people wasn't feeling it, and that's where he went wrong.
And Cassidy said this before, and I truly believe deep down in my heart that he's trying to do it. I just feel like he's going about it the wrong way. Cassidy has already confirmed to the people that knew what he was before. He's already confirmed who he was. Now, it's just like you go on different basketball courts. I like my sports analogies. You go on your basketball courts, and it's like on each basketball court, you have to continuously prove yourself. If I play in D.C. and then I go to Newark, New Jersey, where you at, Kenneth, I got to prove myself on that court.
Right.
I got to show people like, man, I'm good because the people in D.C. already know who I am. I got to go to New Jersey and prove who I am. Hey, Kafani, I got to go to Philly and prove who I am.
Right.
That's what Cassidy got to do. He got to continuously reinvent that wheel, and he got to prove, like, man, to the youth. He got to prove to the youth now, the new URL, the new battle fans, like nigga, I'm still that nigga. I was that nigga back then. I'm still that nigga now. And I think Cassidy still has that mentality. Like Kobe said, man, in my mind, I'm still that same Kobe, but my body ain't the same no more. I feel like with Cassidy, Cassidy in his mind still think he's still that same Cassidy, but for some strange reason, and I believe it's because of his pursuit of the money. And Fred said that before. He said that before. When Cassidy was, when he was the problem, he definitely was a problem. But once he started to become Mr. Chicken and the Hustler, that's when everything else went out of the window. And it don't matter. Y'all know, no matter how hard you try to get it back, like we seen with 50. 50 Cent came out with Get Rich, Die Trying. And then he came out with, what was the other one? The Massacre. 50 was on fire. After those two joints, 50 was never the same. Because he already got the money. He got it everything. That's what 50 said in the interview. He said for so long, I've been trying to chase that same energy that I had from those first two albums. He can't get it back because those first two albums, he was hungry. He didn't have anything.
Well, somebody got noise in the background.
Yeah.
I think it's like an echo.
Kenneth, that's you?
Nah, that ain't me.
Yeah, but let me make sure. Yeah, but let me see. King Tally, he needs to work with Swiss Beats on a constant basis again, and also bring Swiss on stage. He'll take it more serious. I asked people this question. I said, have you ever seen Cassidy have a bad day with Swiss around him? Never.
Hell no.
Matter of fact, them was some of his best days.
I can recall, no.
Matter of fact, them was some of his best days. Every time Swiss come around Cassidy, whether it's with beats, whether it's with, ad libs, Cassidy is the best Cassidy. He's at his peak. And you can't honestly name one time when Cassidy did bad with Jag around him. I believe it's funny though, and I don't want to bring them into the equation, but it's funny that the one time that Cassidy surrounded himself with all those characters, the real BRC, he had a bad time.
He had the wrong energy. He had the wrong energy around him.
He had the wrong energy.
Long story short, he had
Gilly on stage. Like,
Tell him, Kenneth. Tell him, Kenneth, what he had.
Like I said, he had all the yes men around him. That's where he went wrong.
Yes, sir. Would you say Kafani?
no, I said he had Gilly on stage, like, and Gilly probably a cool person, but like him and Cass ain't really, they.
But again, it goes back to what Kenneth said though. It goes back to what Kenneth said, the ego. See, Cassidy was not only just trying to prove to himself that he was still that dude, because I was talking to Cassidy on multiple occasions, and he was adamant about being that dude. And he was not only trying to prove that to himself, he was trying to prove that to the crowd that booed him the last time in the second and third round versus Goods. And he was trying to prove that to Gilly. Like, nigga, you beside me right now, you coming to clown me and see me do bad, but watch, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you that I can silence everybody. And it just was worse. It was worse because you was in your own hometown.
Yep.
And then Arsenal, and it was even worse because Arsenal got booed before he even stepped on the stage. And he left out of that motherfucker. They started booing Cassidy and cheering for him. Arsenal blew smoke in Cassidy's face. He shook Cassidy up like a bobblehead and just violated him.
Yeah.
So it's just like, do you think there's any way that Cassidy can come back and fix it?
He gotta have flawless. He gotta be flawless. He gotta be no.
The only.
He got 30 at least 2 or 3 people in a row. You know what I'm saying?
Be honest with you, the only way, and this is just my view, the only way he can redeem himself is if he only way.
Say that again. You winning out.
He got it. The only way he can redeem himself, as far as I'm concerned, is that he has to go in there and do what he says he's going to do.
Moving forward.
There's just no way around it.
Yeah.
He has to go in there and say, if he say I'm going in, I'm gonna kill this guy, he has to go in there and kill. Simple as.
So what if he go in there again and he puts on the same type of similar performances?
So, no, bro.
That's what he did. He said he was gonna kill Arsenal when he went in.
What'd you say, Cavani?
No, y'all saw the movie. Y'all ever saw the movie Stomp the Yard?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember when the boy uncle he said if you get kicked out that couch, he said strike three. He said your ass is out. He said strike three, your black ass is I said, oh.
Nah, but Cassidy gonna still be around, and all the people that's out there talking about, oh, he ain't gonna make the same type of money. He not gonna make the same type of money, but Cassidy is still gonna make close to the same type of money. ARP said that, like, if Cassidy was to come, he definitely gonna pay Cassidy the same way, because Cassidy is still the energy. Cassidy is still, like, it's dull and that stale as shit scene right now. If Cassidy was to say he was gonna come back, watch how poppin' battle rap get back again. Because whether or not he's gonna actually back up what he's saying in the promotion, his promotion game is A1. It's top notch. He might not be the GOAT in the ring, but he's definitely the GOAT in promotion, without a question.
Yeah, but it takes more than that, though.
Yeah, we know that, but I'm just saying, at the end of the day, man, Cassidy, in order for Cassidy to really flourish, like you just said, Kafani, and like we've all been saying, he has to listen to some goddamn body. As long as he keep going with this mentality and pushing this narrative that he don't need nobody, and this perception that he don't need anybody, niggas gotta make six-figure checks to be able to give him advice and all this shit. Come on, man, Cassidy, with that bullshit. Come on with that bullshit, Cassidy.
He really make somebody smack the living life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, bro, come on, man. Like, he like, for as smart as he is, sometimes certain stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? You sound stupid, bro. Like,
He that old head nigga that come on the court bragging about what he used to do back in the day. Or that old ass street hustler bragging about how he used to have the streets on lock back in the day. Like, nigga, what the fuck is you doing now? Like, you're a fucking bum.
Oh shit.
You're a fucking ex-con. You a degenerate. Like, come on, man. So with Cassidy is going to continue his case. He's going to continue to get booked. But what do you want to get booked for? Do you want to get booked? Do you want to get booked because you're actually doing better and you now chasing your legacy, or do you want to get booked just off namesake because you Cassidy and become the battle rap's punching bag? Because then it's bad when you got people like 40 Cal calling you out. Somebody, at one time, a motherfucker like 40 Cal wouldn't even utter the words Cassidy.
Right.
Niggas that's calling Cassidy out now, niggas have so much fear and so much respect for him that they wouldn't even say his name. Now everybody like, man, I want Cassidy. I want to battle Cassidy. I mean, he got to fix it.
You know it's bad when the officials say
it's an easy payday.
What'd you say, Kenneth?
You know it's bad when the officials say she want Cassidy.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's how you know it's official. Boss. When the officials say she want Cassidy, that's how you know it's official. And then you got what's her name? You got women calling you out to battle you. Come on, man.
Exactly.
Let Cassidy tell they clout chasing. Are they clout chasing, or do they actually think they could beat you? King Tally.
Well, after seeing his poor performance, I'm pretty sure they think they could beat him.
King Tally 1985 said facts. Cassidy is very entertaining. He's the Rock from WWF back in the old days. Yeah, he definitely is. He definitely is. But he ain't the Rock in the ring though. He ain't the Rock in the ring. He the Rock, all right. Yeah, he's stiff like one.
Oh shit.
He's stale and stiff like one. Pause.
Shout out.
Yeah, people, man. But before we go, I want to switch gears real quick. If y'all brothers got a little bit more time, and I want to talk about what we was talking about earlier a little bit on the most overrated battlers, 5 of the most overrated battlers, and 5 of the most underrated.
Overrated. I say the first one gotta go to K. Shine.
Okay, why do you feel K. Shine is overrated?
Like I said, they hype him up, and to me, he really don't be saying too much. Well, when he by himself, at least. When he with DNA, you know, I kind of see a different K. Shine. And you know, when it come down to it, it's like that's why I feel he overrated, because like he ain't the same person when he by himself as when he with DNA. I think number one should either go between K. Shine or Suge.
I'll say K. Shine, Suge, DNA, Tay Rock. Okay, that's 4. Give me one more. One more overrated.
Now we talking about males or females? Because if we want to go into
Nah, we talking about just males. We talking about males.
Five.
Okay, well let's go to underrated. Let's go to underrated.
Surf a little bit.
Yeah, we can say Surf a little bit, but I don't want to put Surf. Surf is more of inconsistent to me than overrated.
Yeah, because when he show up, he show up. So.
Yeah, when he show up, he show up.
When he don't, he don't.
You know, Tay Rock and them is just ass. But let's go to let's go to underrated. Okay, let's go to the most underrated. It's hard to pick underrated though.
Yeah, it really is.
Chef Trash.
Yeah, y'all say Chef Trez, but Chef Trez is inconsistent. He's right in that Surf boat. He's in the same boat with Surf. He just, when he on, he on. When he not, he not. Like, we seen, y'all can probably name many of battles where Chef Trez didn't look like the best Chef Trez. And I could just name a battle that I just judged where Chef Trez was the best I've ever seen with Sharon. So he's just inconsistent with him. Oh yeah, another one that's overrated too, the Saga. That motherfucker overrated too.
Yeah, you just.
Whether he the Saga, whether he's Sensei Saga or Christian Saga, that nigga's some straight garbage. That nigga hot lava. But yeah, underrated. I can't really think of none right now. I mean, if you want to go the route, we could go Danny Myers, we can go JC, we can go, you know, is Chilla Jones underrated? You know, we can go.
I don't know that. Electronic.
I think Chilla Jones is inconsistent too. What about O-Red? O-Red is he inconsistent.
O-Red be fire. O-Red be fire.
He do. He inconsistent though.
Yeah, he do. That's the key word sometimes.
But O-Red ain't really that inconsistent like that. Cause he's mostly fire though.
But that's true. He is.
What the hell? I would have before. Let's switch gears real quick. Where the fuck is Briz at, man? Where the hell is Briz, man?
I haven't seen him since that stage thing, since that fight.
Come on, man. He need to stop doing. He need to stop doing that, man.
I ain't seen him since that punch, man.
Come on, man. He got to come out of hiding, man. They say he a school teacher. Come on, man. They ain't teaching right now. School ain't and ain't no school going on right now.
Where's Briz? He has been missing it.
Nigga hiding, man. He hiding. But he all on IG and shit talking to people. Hiding. Smack got to stop saving these niggas, man. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. It's like, nah, let me stop.
Yeah, what Cole say?
Come on, man. Like Briz fire too. That's one of my dark horse. Briz one of my favorites. Come on, man. You know, certain niggas, like if Saga was hiding, I'd have been like, nigga, you need to go find a different occupation. Fuck hiding. Like, nigga, you some garbage. If he was hiding, if Tay Rock was hiding, I'd have been like, nigga, you need to hide forever. And get away from the sport. But goddamn, Briz fire though. I fuck with Briz. Come on, man. You gotta stop doing that, man. You start walking around that man during the battle acting like a little diva. And you talked about that man's mother, and he put them paws on you. And then you ran up out of the building, and Tay Rock, the building concierge, he opened the door. They said Briz ran out of that motherfucker like Usain Bolt. That nigga could have won an Olympic Classic.
Olympic gold medalist, man.
Yeah. Okay, Kenneth Trigger. Keith Trigger, what's up with you? Battle Truth diss against Cassidy and Jag was the funniest diss track ever. Yeah, don't let me get started on that nigga again. Y'all, let's move forward. Keith Trigger, salute. Let's move forward, people.
Yeah, let's move forward, cause let's move forward, cause we.
But yeah, man, Briz, I want to see Briz get in that ring, man. Like I want to see Swamp. I want to see Swamp battle a lot of people. I want to see Jerry West battle more people. I want to see Briz battle a lot of people. I want to see T-Top battle more people. Cause T-Top beat Jai like in and out too.
Honestly though, I want to see what Jag can do. To be honest with
Yeah, Jag. I can't really talk too much on that, but Jag coming, man. You know, I know a lot of y'all seen the interview with Cassidy confirming it. Even 40 Cal, he called himself dissing Cassidy, but he said something about Jag returning. Remember, he said something about he was the reason why Jag returned, because if he didn't do what he did, and come on, man. But Jag said Jag spoke to 40 Cal about that though. 40 Cal don't want that smoke. He don't want that smoke, man.
I was about to say, no wonder 40 Cal shut up.
Yeah. Jag already said you won't be hearing nothing from 40 Cal about that no more. They already spoke. 40 Cal don't want that smoke, man. This nigga went in there.
I'm like 40. I'm like 40. I think you barked up the wrong tree, my brother.
Fuck around and do 40 Cal like Game did 40 Glock. But yeah, man. Anything you brothers got to say before we head out? Before we close it out?
No, I'm Gucci. I'm good.
No, I'm straight.
Okay, so Kenneth and my boy Kafani, man. Thank y'all for sliding through.
Anytime, man. It's always a pleasure. Always.
I enjoy y'all, brother. Salute to the team, man. Thank y'all for always supporting me. And we'll holler.